Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Redbird Replay. This is Scott Kirk, along with the coach, Mike Olson.
Good to see you, Scott. Nice to be here on a nice night for baseball.
It's a great night for
Probably
baseball.
the best night we've had all year.
Senior night for Metamora, and a little bit have the before the game ceremony honoring the seniors, 11 seniors. But Metamora takes on a very scrappy Canton team tonight.
Right. Hey, kind of a desperate Canton team.
They come in at 0-12 in the conference. They're
Right.
6-12, 6-20 overall. Metamora at 14-13. They're 4-8 in the middle Illini.
Right.
Metamora's played some teams awfully tough, and you know they've suffered some tough losses, but overall
Played pretty well.
Played pretty well.
Pretty well. You bet they have. And like you say, they've got to do their job here tonight. And I believe we got a game tomorrow night, too, up at IVC, if I'm not mistaken, if that's still on the schedule.
I think so.
And then we have to make the return trip to Canton on Wednesday. I think that's a 4:15 game. But no, they play hard, and they've won their share of games. They're over 500 on the season, and really, it's I look for a good game here. There's nothing tougher than a team that's really trying to win like Canton is right now.
11 seniors of this Metamora baseball program. Beginning with number 11, Ben Bachman. Parents are John and Roy Bachman. Academic high school accomplishments include honor roll, and his favorite high school baseball memory is beating the Morton Potters this season. His post-high school plans are to attend Illinois Central College. Next up, number 16, Kyle Bartman. Parents are Elise and Mike Bartman. Academic accomplishments include National Honor Society and High Honor Roll all 4 years. His athletic accomplishments include 4 years as a varsity baseball player, a participant in the McDonald's All-Star Game, and 2 years of varsity football. His favorite high school baseball memory is watching Joe Adele at Louisville his sophomore year. His post-high school plans are to attend Danville Area Community College to play baseball for the Jaguars. Next up, number 6, Zach Bean Blossom. Parents Sean Bean Blossom and Wendy Bean Blossom. Academic accomplishments, National Honor Society junior and senior year, High Honor Roll all 4 years, and the Academic Award for the Middle Illini All-Conference team. Athletic accomplishments include Wendy's high school Heisman winner, and favorite high school baseball memory is the team bowling in Louisville. Post-high school plans are to attend Bradley University to study civil engineering. Next up, number 10, Seth Bedwell. His parents, Amy and Scott Bedwell. His academic accomplishments include National Honor Society and High Honors. His athletic accomplishments include being a McDonald's Baseball All-Star his junior year. His favorite high school baseball memory is the Louisville trip, and his post-high school plans are to attend Illinois Central College in their honors program, and then transfer to study engineering. Next up, Connor Burnett. Parents Todd and Jen Burnett. Academic accomplishments include academic all-state for football, 2-time math team state qualifier, high honors all 4 years, and president of the National Honor Society both in his junior and senior years. Athletic accomplishments include being a three-sport athlete all 4 years, sectional wrestling qualifier as a senior captain for the wrestling team, 8 varsity letters, all-conference middle linebacker as a senior, and honorable mention all-area middle linebacker also as a senior. Favorite high school baseball memory includes beating the Morton Potters both junior and senior year and all the overnight trips. Post-high school plans are to attend the University of Iowa to study biomedical engineering. Next up, number 4, Colton Kaler. Parents Chuck and Suzanne Kaler. Academic accomplishments include 4 years on honor roll. Athletic accomplishments include 4 years of varsity lettering in golf, 2 years as a captain on the golf team, and 2-time MVP for the golf team. Also, he has achieved 2 varsity letters in baseball. Favorite high school baseball memory, playing baseball today on his birthday, no less. with most of the kids I played when I started playing baseball. His post-high school plans are to attend Illinois Central College to play golf with the Cougars and continue academic studies to become a sports broadcaster. Next up, tonight's starting pitcher number 22, Turner Mann. Parents Dave and Beth Mann. Academic accomplishments include honor roll 7 out of 8 semesters and high honors both semesters this year. Athletic accomplishments include making the McDonald's All-Star Game, is a member of the Elite 8 basketball team, and won the regional three-point contest. Favorite high school baseball memory, beating the Morton Potters both this year and last year. His post-high school plans are to play baseball at McHenry County College. Next up, number 19, Logan McClure. Parents are Bill and Shannon McClure. Academic accomplishments include National Honor Society for 2 years and High Honor Roll for all 4 years of high school. Athletic accomplishments include being a 2-time All-Conference selection in football. His favorite high school baseball memory, the bus rides to and from games. His post-high school plans are to attend Illinois Wesleyan University to major in biology and play football for the Titans. Next up, number 3, Jack Moore. Parents Greg and Jean Moore. Athletic accomplishments include being a member of the 5A football state tournament qualifying team. Favorite high school baseball memory, beating Morton on their field and getting to take the field every day with his best friends. Post-high school plans are to attend St. Ambrose University as a business major and playing football. Next up, number 25, Joe Nealon. Parents Mark and Bridget Nealon. Academic accomplishments include honor roll, and athletic accomplishments include conference champs in basketball, first team all-conference, and second team all-area. His favorite high school baseball memory is the Louisville trip, and his post-high school plans are to attend Illinois Central College to be a 2-sport athlete in both baseball and basketball for the Cougars. And last but not least, number 7, Ryan Vogel. Parents Scott Vogel and Wendy Vogel. High school accomplishments for academics include senior year high honors. Athletic accomplishments. For football, 3-year varsity letter winner, second team all-conference, first team all-area, 2-time special teams player of the year, defensive back of the year as well. For baseball, he's a 2-year varsity letter winner, second team all-conference, and McDonald's All-Star Game participant his junior year. Favorite high school baseball memory is spending time with the boys on the Louisville trip, and his post-high school plans are to attend Bradley University to study education and play baseball for the Braves. Let's have one last round of applause for the 11 members of this year's senior class for the Metamora baseball team. It is time to meet tonight's starting lineups. First for the visiting Canton Little Giants. Leading off and playing center field, the junior number 5, Aiden Emery. Batting second, a junior at shortstop, number 8, Trey Passmore. Batting third, a junior and catching number 12, Will Randall. Batting fourth, a junior at third base, number 23, Jake Smith. Batting fifth, a senior designated hitter, number 14, Cade Bugas. Batting sixth, the senior in right field, number 13, Brody Scarpley. Batting seventh on the mound today is sophomore number 10, Jackson Gray. Batting eighth, the junior at second base, number 1, Colton Dorothy. And batting ninth, the sophomore in left field, number 21, Lucas Goforth. The first baseman is the junior number 6, Stephen Eskridge. And now the starting lineup for your Metamora Redbirds. Leading off, a senior in center field, number 7, Ryan Vogel. Batting second, a senior at shortstop, number 16, Kyle Bartman. Batting third, a sophomore in right field, number 14, Bryce Bishop. Hitting cleanup, A junior in left field, number 20, Landon Ivins. Batting 10th, a senior behind the plate today, number 6, Zach Bean Blossom. At second base, a senior, number 3, Jack Moore. Batting 7th, a sophomore at third base, number 17, Trace Melody. Batting 8th, a senior at first base, number 11, Ben Bachman. Batting 9th, a junior, the designated hitter, number 19, Logan McClure. And on the mound today for the Redbirds, a senior, number 22, Turner Man.
Job, Turner.
Assistant coach is Nick Gillespie, and your head coach in his 18th season is Eric Stone.
Well, Coach,
What I'm looking at here, I noticed their first, when they were introduced, they were basically in the rebuilding mode. They've got 4 juniors leading off, Emery at third, in center, Passmore at short. I'm talking about the Canton Little Giants now.
Yeah.
Randall catching, and a young man by the name of Smith, and he's at third base. Bugas is a senior. First baseman's a senior. So you got to get to the 5th hitter before you even get a senior. And they've only got, I think, listed about 4 seniors on the team. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 seniors on their roster. So it's a rebuilding year down in Canton. There's no question about that. Scarcliffe, I believe, is a senior. Yep, he's an outfielder playing right field. Gray, the pitcher, I believe, is only a sophomore, if I remember that right. Yep, he's a sophomore. Dorothy at second base. Dorothy is a junior.
you know, Coach, you and I started the school year off this year. We did the football game down in Champaign Central.
Right.
I believe this is the last varsity event at Metamora High School this year.
Yep, it's been a lot of fun. In fact, I had kind of I did the color on a radio broadcast from Peoria Central the other day, and they were playing Champaign Central, and I talked to one of the assistant football coaches about that game. Of course, he wanted to know how's Metamora going to be this coming year in football. That's what he wanted to know. And I said, well, I don't know. They've lost quite a bit, but I think they got some talented kids coming back. So, And that game will be
At Metamora.
At Metamora this year, right? Opening night.
So leading off for
Emery. It's like Aiden Emery.
Yeah, Aiden Emery.
He's the coach's son.
First pitch is high and outside.
Where's number 5? I like their uniforms. They're a purple, basically a purple, dark purple, but they've got gold helmets and white sleeves for the most part, white pants with a purple stripe and purple socks. Yep. Left-handed hitter.
Not very big.
No, not very big. I would say conservatively he's not 5'8". They list him at 5'9", but I always tell small kids, don't list any lower than 5'9". Nobody knows the difference anyway. So, but I would say he's legitimately 5'8".
2-2 the count.
And then I might be giving him an inch. And no, don't play too deep and left. He's what you call a punch and Judy. He's going to move the ball around, and the ball will probably end up on the left side of the infield to our shortstop and third base side.
Pushes it to full count.
Yep. I'd really like to see Turner have a good night tonight. Turner's been a pretty solid performer for this club, especially on the mound. Field looks in excellent shape. Excellent shape. I've never seen the field look any better. The grass is as dark a green as you're ever going to see. The infield is just perfectly manicured on the base pass. There's my pop-up to the left side. But it's going to be out of play. Give Trace Melody credit for hustling to the wall. You know, it's a basic fundamental, but anytime the ball's hit near the wall, extremity, get there and then play off of it. Yeah. don't. You see a lot of kids, they kind of tiptoe over there or keep looking at the ball. No, just sprint to the ball, sprint to the extremity. If it goes over the fence, then jog back. There it is. That's what I said. And I'm betting on Vogel. Hit the ball pretty good.
He really did.
Yeah, it wasn't just a flare out to left field there. It had to end up being left center, and Vogel came over and made it look easy. But it was hit out there about 280 feet. Pretty good shot for the young man. So we got to fly to
center.
8.
F8.
This is Passmore. I'll get you his first name here real quick. It's Trey Passmore. And he's a junior. Like I said, the first 4 hitters are juniors. A couple seniors, a sophomore, and then another junior.
Nice play by Bartman.
Yep. 6-3. Randall's the catcher. He's a junior.
They had a good catcher last year. What was his name? Not Barnhart.
I got him. Clint Wells.
Yes, went to ISU.
He's on the ISU team. He's being redshirted. Believe it or not, I talked to him yesterday, and because they were in town for the Bradley series, and he's going to be playing for the Bloomington Bobcats in a real good collegiate league this summer, and I think he's in their plans. But no, he was their quarterback for 3 years and their catcher for 3 years.
Remember that a few years ago, that weird offense they ran in?
Yeah.
Hit by pitch.
Hit by pitch. So Will Randall, we get a courtesy runner for him maybe? They're looking over. Coach is calling timeout at third base. Yes, we're getting a courtesy runner number 2, Nick Byers, a junior. And he is 5'5", and he's listed at 5'5". Nick Byers is now a courtesy runner for Will Randall, the catcher. Hit by pitch. Smith. Jake Smith, big kid, 6'4".
He's been there for about 7 or 8 years.
Yeah, I would say Jake is about 210 pounds, maybe 220 even, and big enough to go to work in a high school baseball game, I can tell you that. I would give him a little room. I'd like to see us get off the field here. No more pitches. Okay, good job. One thing I always look when the ball goes to first base from the pitcher on a pickoff, you like to see that third baseman come in a couple steps just in case the ball gets by the pitcher on the return throw from the first baseman. Good pitch, a little low. Good breaking ball, though.
1-1.
Pretty good bite on that breaking ball, and just a little bit low to the 6'4" gentleman. Oh, boy, that looked good. That was
about as nicely placed pitch. On the inside on the hands.
Yeah, that's a good spot against right-handed hitter. Get that ball in his hands, and he didn't catch up to that one. But don't get it too far away from his body, though, and let those arms get extended. That's when the ball's on the inner third of the plate, you got to get that barrel out in front of the plate, and he was a little tardy getting it there. Curveball.
That's going to be wide.
Yep.
Third. Picked up by the Canton third base coach.
That's not their head coach either. That's one of their assistants out there. Head coach is Mike Emery. I believe this is his second year as the head coach.
Long time Mike Walters?
Mike Walters was there for many years, yep. Boy, that's a good fastball. That's a good fastball. Hi, John. John Helmick just stopped by the press box here.
No hits, no runs.
Great coach.
1 man left.
One left, that's it. But I like that. I like that start. I
really
do.
To the bottom of the first, still no score.
Yep. How's Mr. Helmick doing tonight? Okay. Okay, well, we hope. Well, boy. All right. Good inning for Turner, man.
Yeah.
Had a fly ball, a ground ball. He did hit a man, and then he struck out a man, so not too much trouble. Got a sophomore going tonight. Like I said, they're definitely in a rebuilding mode. There's no question about it. They're playing 5 juniors, couple seniors, maybe 6 juniors, because there's a junior at the end. And then Goforth, what is Goforth?
He's a sophomore.
Sophomore, too. So they got a couple sophomores. They got about 3 juniors and about 5 seniors. 6 seniors, so we're DHing. Bugos is DHing for Eskridge, who's playing at first base tonight. Vogel will be leading off. Vogel will be leading.
Leading off for the Redbirds.
Bogey.
Number 7, Ryan Vogel.
Well, I'll tell you, they're going to miss this young man here.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, he's what they call the heir apparent at Bradley. Believe it or not, I've heard from the head coach at Bradley, this man will have the first chance to play center field next year for the Bradley Braves. Yep. They're graduating Andy Shadid, the real good third baseman from Notre Dame.
Will he get drafted?
He's right on the cuff. He's right on the. I would probably see him as what I call a senior sign by somebody. That there it is. Ball hit hard to the shortstop, but it came up nice for him. And even though Bogey flies down that line, it's still hard to outrun that ball.
Yeah, it is.
It
took a Sunday hop for him too.
Right, it sure did. Bogey goes out 6-3.
Number 26, Jimmy Driscoll.
I think he's probably coming in for Bartman. Bartman's a little dinged.
Yeah. So they're actually playing Jimmy Driscoll's out. And, yep.
Probably shortstop when it's all.
Yep. Jimmy's 26. Yep.
Outside corner.
So what we're saying is that Kyle actually started the game at short. Is that what?
Yeah.
Yeah, and played defense, but he's battling basically a break in his hand.
Well, now it's a quad.
Now it's a quad. Okay, poor kid. But it's tough for him to swing the bat, though. It really is. Bring it down, Jimmy. High pitch. It looks good coming in. Every fastball coming in about halfway there. If that ball's up around your eyes, it looks good. That's a base hit. It's going to. Jimmy's
Hang
getting
up.
too strong and hung up and fly to 9.
Quickly 2 down here in the inning.
Bryce Bishop, the hitter. Bryce is, kind of settled in here at the 3 spot in the order. Very good hitter, and I know Coach will be looking for big things from him next year. It's got a chance. He's going to get a hit on this. He's going to get a hit.
Yep.
I think the first baseman would have been better. He reached over to his right, being a left-handed first baseman. He deflected the ball, but I think the second baseman had the best chance to make a play on it. But that happens. You get credit to first base for being aggressive, but that's definitely a hit. Cleanup hitter, Landon Ivins. This boy has really impressed me this year with putting the bat on the ball and hitting it with authority. Even when he makes an out, it's usually a pretty hard out. Yep, he's got a pretty good eye. He's a good athlete. Good athlete.
A little bit outside and high.
Yep. But this boy can play left. He can play left field. He can catch. He does a lot of things nice.
2-0 the count with 2 outs here in this bottom half of the first.
Left fielder Landon Ivins. He's only a junior also. So you ran Driscoll's a junior, Bishop's a junior.
Bishop's
Bishop's only a sophomore, right? Sorry. My point I was trying to make is all of them are going to be back next year.
Yeah.
The 2, 3, and 4. That's a pretty good. Offensively, there's a walk.
He walks on 4 pitches. That'll bring up Zach Beanblossom.
Zach is a senior, good athlete, was the backup quarterback on the football team. That's not an easy job when you got to play behind a 6'8" kid that's really an all-state quarterback. Zach, practiced every day. He got some time at the end of the games, but boy, that he had a rough road to try to get some playing time off of that kid, I guarantee you.
Yeah, but he was there every day.
I want to say there was 29 seniors that lettered in football.
Yeah, I believe there were. There's a large senior class.
Large senior class. These kids, blended well and had themselves a good season. Hey, and I know they're looking to do something in the tournament coming up here too. They're capable of getting through that regional down in Bloomington, which they'll open a week from Thursday, I believe, against Bloomington again.
Yep.
I think we've played Bloomington the first game of the regional.
That's 2 or 3 years.
This will be the third year in a row that I'm aware of anyway, and following.
Quickly 2-0 on the count now. He's thrown 6 in a row. There's a strike.
All right.
So it's 2-1. Got to cash in. He got through the first 2 hitters pretty easily and economically, but the last 2 have walked on 8 pitches.
No. Might look a little outside from here, but that's what'd you think, Scott?
Maybe a little outside and high.
High too, yeah. One thing I've never liked as a batter is if it's close, if it's high and it's outside, that's tough to be called a strike. But there's another ball right in that same area. The pitch over, good job. They made the play. The first baseman got over there and made a good play. So
No hits.
It's a 3-1.
1 hit.
Yep.
2 men left. We go to the top of the second. Still no score.
Right.
So you got the last home baseball game of the season. Hard to believe, isn't it?
It is. But is there one last conference game? Is it?
Last conference game.
Right. I think there's a home game against LaSalle Peru
on Friday night.
Well, it will not be on the air.
Right.
Right. Only the conference games are on Redbird Rewind.
Yep.
Coming to you from Al Mulberry Field on the campus of Metamora Township High School. I'll tell you this. I mean, I've been around high school baseball for 50-some years, and I'll tell you, there aren't any fields any nicer than this in high school.
It is
on your
nice.
campus. You know, some schools play in city parks, some people play in, even city professional players fields and that. But to have this right on your campus, you've got excellent lights. These were the light poles that came from Mine Field when they redid the lights there for the Chiefs. These are high poles, higher than the average high school poles. Very good lighting. Look at the hitting background. They were smart and put, big I don't know what fir trees or whatever.
Maybe fir or maybe evergreen.
Evergreens, but anyway, big trees that were planted about 20 feet apart from each other. And now with the growth of those trees, it's almost like an extended wall out there, and it provides an excellent hitting background for the hitters.
So leading off for Canton.
Yep, number 14, the DH. Bugos, B-U-G-O-S. Bugos is DHing for the first baseman, Eskridge. One thing about high school baseball, oh boy, we won't hit him again. Doggone it. Bugos hit by pitch. Well, I tell you, I wouldn't be surprised to see a bunt here. I wouldn't be surprised to see a bunt. This, in general, when your team is not a very experienced hitting team, you need to manufacture some runs, and I look for him to bunt here. I really do.
And I think Metamora sees that too, because Melody is in on the grass.
He's in on the grass. He should be. And Jack should be coming over to cover first in case the first baseman and the shortstop should be going to second. Well, they didn't show any bunt that time. Okay, he's going through some signals, which could be a bunch of decoys or could mean something. Hitting. Oh, good job, Jack. Boy, did he cover some ground. Woo.
That's a nice play.
Yep. Jack was playing in double play depth, which puts him a little bit closer to the bag, and that ball wasn't hit too far to the right of our first baseman, Ben Bachman, and boy, it just, I thought the ball was going through when it came off the bat.
Well, the grass slowed it down.
Grass slowed it down. It did. But that was Scarcliffe. He goes out 4-3, but the runner moves up. So it's just like I said. This is Gray, the pitcher. He's only a sophomore. I know he's a sophomore. Jackson Gray, 5'10", sophomore, getting the start tonight in a conference game. Another one getting out. That's it. Ground ball to second. Good.
Two outs.
It's a good sign when Turner gets guys grounding out and popping up to the right side like that. They're not getting real good swings on them.
Right.
The last two gentlemen have moved the ball, but didn't have a whole lot on it. This is Dorothy, Mr. Dorothy, and his first name is Colton Dorothy. They got a Colton Dorothy. He's wears number 1 on his back. Kind of a nice-looking young man. And he's only a junior. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 juniors. Couple of seniors.
Count.
I'll tell you one thing. I like the way Turner's working. He's working fairly quick. I'd go right after him here. You know what I worry about more than anything when you got a guy on 3rd and 2 out is either a pass ball or wild pitch. For no better word, a gift. I like to see go right at the hitter. If he's probably a 250 hitter, so that means you're going to get him out.
If that.
Yeah, if that. We're being kind. Ooh, that was close.
2-2 the count.
But I mean, I just don't like to see a lot of pitches where, you just lose one in the dirt or up high. Make him drive the ball, run in. Man,
there you go.
Nice curveball on 2-2.
No hits, no runs, 1 man left. We go to the bottom of the 2nd. Still no score.
One thing I'd like to see the Birds at least put 1 on the board here. You don't want to start getting the 3rd and the 4th inning, and I'm going to say it because this is a team that Metamora needs to beat here on senior night.
Yeah.
Just from the stand that we're Metamora is the quote-unquote, right now, the 6th place team in the league. Canton is the last place team in the league. Canton's won 6 games all year. We've doubled their wins. We've got 4 more wins in the conference. Now, that like we know that means something. It's all even when you start the game tonight. But the longer you let a team stay in the game, the more they think that, hey, we can play with these guys.
Right.
And I'm not saying they can't play with us, but on the other hand, I just like to see us get a couple runs here, and because we've got some bats that can do some damage, and we just got to do it.
They have played some teams here lately in the conference pretty tough. So
that's what I'm saying. No, well, one thing if you have a young team, the first go around, the first 15 or 20 games, they are young, but now if you give them these kids a lot of the at bats and that, they're experienced. Jack Moore.
He'll be up for the Redbirds, leading off this top half of the or bottom half of the 2nd.
He's played a lot of second base for the Redbirds over the last 2 years, and has really hit well in the last month. And he's got himself another one.
That's a nice base.
He's a hit machine right now. I'll bet you if you took his batting average over the past 4 or 5 games, he's hitting about 500. Maybe a step higher even. I mean, he's been averaging 2 hits a game here for the last 4, 5, 6 games. Line drive, base hit, no doubt about it. Man on first. Trace Melody. This is our sophomore, another sophomore.
Nobody out here. Jack Moore at first. Pretty decent lead. Oh, man. Foul ball. He had a really good jump.
Good jump, didn't he? I'd like to see, too, I just saw pick up the ball for the umpire, Ben Ba. I'd like to see Ben have a good night here tonight. Ben's a big, strong kid, and it looks like they're going to throw this ball out, but that's okay. We got more baseballs. I like it when they do throw balls that are either dirty or scuffed up out. Sometimes you get some umpires, I think they kind of pride themselves on being what I call in a one-ball league, where they just use one ball most of the game, and then they get back to, hey, coach, I saved you a couple balls tonight. No, don't do that. If nothing else, the ball moves a little bit more when it starts getting scuffed up.
The curveball starts breaking a little better.
Oh, that's what they want. Oh, darn it. I think it's right. Oh, come on. Could it not?
Hung up for him.
Hung up. It did. He hit it pretty good. Jack did a good job scampering back, so we got a fly to 7. Ben Bachman will now come up, and we're at the 8 hole already. Bachman and then Logan McClure. So we got a little punch down here at the bottom if they'll. I know Coach still wants to get Jack down there in scoring position, so I think you'll see him running Jack Moore. I think he's got the second best wheels on the team. I think Vogel's wheels are just a little better, but Jack pretty good stealing bases in his own right. Not too high.
That's should be a can of corn.
Right. Fly to center. Logan McClure. Well, you know what their pitcher's doing. He's not overpowering. He's not big and imposing, and he's throwing the ball in there, and we're taking our cuts, and we just got to, get the ball on the line like Jack did and make some things happen. Number 9 hole hitter, Logan McClure. And he's DHing.
Would he, unless it's something right down, central where you're looking for it, would you have him take a pitch and let Jack have a chance to maybe try and steal second?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. I would. Because that way he scores on a base hit or a double. If it's just a base hit, he's not going to score from first. There's 2 outs. You're pretty confident Jack can steal the base. We just did exactly what you said. Exactly. It was a pitch right down the middle. Logan McClure, the DH, ended up just letting it go so that there was no possible fouling it off, and Jack had the base stolen fairly easy. So now a man on second and 2 outs. Keep that head in there.
0-2 the count.
No, it's just a beautiful night for baseball.
Boy,
take a look at that flag out there. You don't see that flag that still very often.
Not here.
and really most places where you're open with a baseball field. Richwoods is, they're all pretty Dunlap. It blows pretty hard out. Limestone has always been cold. I remember playing back there in my days in the 60s. All right.
2-2 the count.
Like to see Logan, make it be a strike there. We got good hitter. We got the top of the order coming up. One thing about Logan, he can run too. So, like to see him get on.
And that'll be strike 3. 1 hit, 1 man left. We go to the top of the 3rd. Still no score.
They're going to have 9-1-2. Go forth. Lucas is going to go forth. Lucas. Dorothy. Colton. Gray, the pitcher. Jackson. Scarcliffe. Brody.
It's kind of a sad thing with Kyle Bartman.
Yeah. Kyle's been a 4-year varsity player, and then basically has only been able to play maybe half of this year. It was the Louisville trip where he got hurt.
And maybe half of last year.
Yeah, you're right.
So he goes through football.
Yeah.
Gets dinged a little bit in the last game, but pretty much is okay.
Yeah.
Gets hurt playing intramural basketball.
Yeah.
And then gets hurt playing baseball 2 years in a row. It's sad. It's just the way the ball bounces sometimes.
Right. And then Connor Burnett's in that same boat too. Connor got hurt in the last football game against Joliet Catholic, dislocated his left shoulder, and then he got cleared to wrestle, which he did for 4 years. And he, in the Metamora tournament right before Christmas, he dislocated the other shoulder, not the bad one, the good one. And then he kind of recovered enough to get out for baseball, and then he dove one day. But hey,
and he won that match too, didn't he?
Yes, he did. That one.
With a
dislocated right shoulder. Yeah, he hung in there. He had to finish it too, or it'd have been disqualified. But this was Lucas Goforth, and Lucas is only a sophomore. Like I say, they play 2 sophomores. They play 2 seniors, and they play 5 juniors.
Wow.
So they've got some kids coming back. There's no question about that. Even the boy that they're DHing for, the first baseman, is only a junior.
Ball's foul. Makes it 1-2.
So 6 of their position players are juniors, and that's going to get quite a bit coming back.
Oh, that's a nice pitch.
It's a great pitch, I'll tell you. I can just tell. And I've said this all year about Turner. I just think I have not seen a game all year where he hasn't been in command. You know what I'm saying? And he's pitched very well. Came in that game over Morton, just shut those people down, one of the best teams in the state.
1 out here in the 3rd.
And now we go to the top of the order. This is Emery again, the center fielder, right?
Flew out medium deep to
he did.
Right to left center.
Left center. Aden, A-D-E-N, Aden. Like I said, he's a junior, and he's the son of the head coach, Mike Emery.
It's going to roll foul.
Remember, like I told you early on, he's the way he handles the bat, he's going to get out of the batter's box. He's going to probably spray that ball to the left side of the infield. 1 out. Turner's got 3 Ks already. 1 in the first, 1 in the second, and 1 in the third out. I like the way we're playing in left. We're relatively shallow in left to the non-pull side. Pretty much straight away in center, maybe a little bit to the left of center. And then the right fielder gives him a little room. You want to give a little room on the pull side. If he gets an inside pitch and he gets a hold of it, he can drive it out there 300 feet. There's my ground ball to short. Jimmy Driscoll comes up. Look, kid runs hard, but once again, it's hard to outrun the baseball. If you field it cleanly, you make a good throw.
You're going to get him.
You're going to get him 95% of the time.
Isn't it amazing, though, that 90 feet, it's always bang-bang at first.
Yeah.
It's the perfect distance.
But like I say, when handled cleanly, it's never changed.
No.
It's never changed. 6-3. This is number 8, Trey Passmore. He's the shortstop.
2 outs here in this third inning.
Trey's a junior. He went out 6-3. Attaboy, just keep your head down, get the ball over there. I'll tell you.
No runs, no hits. No one left. We go to the bottom of the third, still no score.
Top of the order for the Birds.
Yep.
McClure and Driscoll and Bishop.
Vogel.
Yeah, I'm looking right at it and saying the wrong thing. I guess that's part of being 71.
Well, I hope I can get around as well as you do when I'm 71.
Well, pretty lucky, but yeah, no, I know Logan was the last hitter last inning. We got Vogel, Ryan Vogel leading off, the Bradley recruit, Jimmy Driscoll, fine-looking junior, started the year in left field and then has filled in very admirably for Bartman at short, and I just because that's not an easy position to play, Scott.
Oh no.
I was a middle infielder myself, but boy, I tell you, I didn't like playing short. Number one, I didn't have a good enough arm, and I always felt like everything had to be perfect. I had to field it perfectly. You couldn't double clutch with it. And I'll tell you that most batters in high school are right-handed, so you get harder ball. You saw the 2 balls that were hit to second by this team. I mean, boy, Jack hustled over, got those. He had to come in and get both of those even.
Most of the guys that play shortstop are your guys that are quarterbacks. They're the point guard on the basketball team.
Other than maybe the pitcher, he should be the best athlete on your team. But Jimmy Driscoll's done a good job of playing, basically taking over at short when Kyle Bartman's been injured. I think Vogel's going to put one out, get into one here and scamper a little bit.
I think he's going to get one into the gap. It might be a little tough, though. It's a strike.
Well, one thing, too, we talk about no wind. You got to hit the ball, too. There's going to be, you got to provide your own power today. There's no wind to help.
No. 2-1 the count. No, it's 2-1.
I think it's 2-1. 2-2.
2-2.
Yep, there it is. Bottom of the third already. One thing about a high school baseball game to me is not very long.
No.
The regulation professional game and major and college baseball is 9 innings. There's a world of difference between 7 and 9. It seems like the 7-inning games, boy, they just fly by. The 9-inning games seem like take forever. That's not easy. Well, give the catcher credit. He stayed with it and got the first out of the inning. Fly 2-2. This is Driscoll. The other thing you're doing, too, we got this young sophomore out there. you know, if you start the inning off and you first or second inning, you hit him around a little bit, he questions himself. I can tell you right now, we haven't forced him to question himself. If anything, we've allowed him to think that, hey, I can mow this. I've been through this lineup one time, and other than a line drive base hit by, Jack Moore had a hit and Bryce Bishop had a hit. Bryce was the one that went off the first baseman's glove, was to me definitely a hit, and Jack Moore had a line drive base hit up the middle. But other than that, we've had a number of ground outs and mostly fly outs. There's a base hit. There's a base hit. Get there, that a boy. Boy, I tell you, same thing. Jimmy Driscoll has hit pretty darn well all year.
You know, I'd like us to set the runners in motion here a little bit. I think you can rattle this pitcher if you create some havoc on the base pass.
I think you do no matter who's out there, but especially if it's a young sophomore like he is. And Bryce is a good hitter here. Bryce Bishop's. Bryce Bishop is only a sophomore.
That delayed steal, that's a great job by Driscoll. The delayed steal just caught him off guard. There was nobody covering second base.
No, you take your second lead, and then you take another one or two steps, and everybody thinks, boy, he's not going anywhere. Boom! All of a sudden you go. Mm-hmm. It's a very. In fact,
we do it very, very well.
We do it. In fact, I can truthfully say I have not seen anybody else around here even do it anymore. I think it's something that Coach Stone has had in his program for 18 years. Boy.
2-0 the count.
That's a long time to be at the head helm here at Metamora Baseball.
It's going to be up and out of play, I believe.
Right. But we got man in scoring position now. Jimmy Driscoll on second base, and Bryce Bishop, the sophomore, hitting. Right fielder hitting. And Landon Ivins is on deck. He's only a junior. Yep.
We only got 1 out. We got to get this run in.
No. Catcher hustling back. I think it's out of play.
Out of play.
Yep. Nice looking catcher here. Like we were talking a little before the game, Clint Wells was their catcher for 3 years, and then quarterback on the football team for 3 years. Real good athlete. Was what they called a preferred walk-on at ISU, which means that you don't get any scholarship money, but you have a locker. You're on the team. It's not like you're trying out, and he's being redshirted. Oh, there we go. That helps.
That's big. That makes it 2. Is that 2-2 or 3-2?
I'm gonna say 2-2.
Yeah, it's full count.
There you go. 3-2. Thanks, girls. We've got some of the best people here working that scoreboard. I should never go against them. Here's where Bryce. Well, he needs to get the ball out of the infield. Ooh. All right.
Take a walk. So Redbirds have runners on the corners with 1 out. That'll bring up Landon Ivins. So this is a good hitter to have in this situation.
I wouldn't wait too long to move the guy here either. I want to stay away from that double play. I'd like to see him get moving on the first pitch.
They're going to take a timeout.
Yeah, they're a young team. They one thing about it, defending the first and third has always been a tough act for the high school baseball programs. I really believe that. Your options are pretty simple. You either let them go, maybe you fake a throw, you don't, or you throw the ball back to the pitcher. I used to call it 1. If I called it 1,
back to the pitcher.
I did not look the guy back. I want him coming down the line a little bit and just throw the ball right at the pitcher's face. And you'd be surprised how many times that guy on third, when he sees you just throw the ball pretty hard, he takes that extra step, and if he goes right to third, you can get him. The other one is a 2 where you just fake it and then pull your arm up and see how far out. And then the other one I call a 4 or 6. If it's a right-handed batter, I want the second baseman to cover the bag. The shortstop lets him know if the guy's going. If he's going, cut in front of the bag and throw him out at home. If you make 2 good throws, you'll throw them out most of the time.
But the shortstop's got to be coming towards the plate.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I should say that's it if there is a right-handed batter.
Right. Well, see, right now, look at how far the second baseman is. I mean, it's a tough cover here for whoever's going to have to cover this. It's going to be the second baseman covering the bag. See? Oh.
That could be.
Yeah, we'll get back. He'll get back on it, but, yeah. Yep. Fly to 6.
Pop out.
Here's Zach. Come on, Zach. Earn your money here now. This is a senior catcher, Zach Bean. Remember, Zach, I thought we got hurt a little bit when Zach went out, or Bean Blossom went out for 3 weeks. Remember in the bunting, he bunted and broke his thumb.
Yeah.
And he's caught these, especially these older pitchers for most of their time coming up in youth ball and that. I mean,
although Landon Ivins did a nice job.
Did a nice job. He did. But there it is. They cut it off, and he's going to be out. See, they did a nice job. They ran the second baseman in to cut it off, and they made a quick throw to the plate and got him. 2 good throws, and you'll get most of the runners. So we'll have Bean Blossom leading off when they come up in the 4th inning. So.
No runs, no hits. 1 man left.
I'm gonna give Jimmy Driscoll 1 hit.
Oh, that's right. We did have 1 hit.
1 hit. He hadn't hit. No.
One hit.
But he gets out. That was 4-2. Well, Scott, I'd like to say we got a half a second here. I've sure enjoyed working on the broadcast with you. I think it's I hope the people that are able to watch it on Redbird Rewind enjoy it as much as we enjoy doing it for these kids.
It's been a lot of fun. I appreciate you coming up.
Yeah.
Every game, every home conference game.
Right.
And we've seen a lot of good baseball.
Sure.
And it's hard to believe this is the last broadcast of the year for sports at Metamora.
Yeah. It's been a quick year. And it's been a good year. Mm-hmm. You know, when your football team goes 8-1 and then gets into the playoffs, that's a good year. Your basketball team, they had, in my mind, had a very good year, but now baseball, like I said, they're above 500. Track, I know tennis has had a very good year. Track and field holds their own in both men and women's track and field, and like you said, just the fact that the year has gone by rather quickly, it makes it a good year, I think.
Leading off for Canton this inning.
Yep, the Canton Little Giants is the catcher, junior Will Randall. Randall, right-handed hitting catcher.
Look at the
nice sized kid too. Uh-oh. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Isn't that something? He's going over. He's going to take it back up now, I think, maybe.
Oh, that's a nice pitch.
Will Randall is 6'2", and he's a junior. That's about exactly what Clint Wells was. Clint was about a 6'2", 6'2.5". Had a way to field your position. You know, in being around the high school baseball for 50-some years, if the pitcher will at least, if he feels the ball clean, he's going to get the guy at first about 99% of the time. Obviously, he has to throw it away for him. Even if he knocks it down, he's going to get the guy out. Probably
more often than not.
Well, yeah, probably even in the 90s, as long as it stays within the dirt of the mound area and he can pick it up. Because that ball is to him, if it's hit fairly hard, before the guy's even out of the box.
Right.
And I also know this from hitting. When you hit the ball to the pitcher and you see it hit his glove, you almost break as the runner, too. I mean, unless you got to be pretty tough mentally to put your head down and go 100% to first base. But
what I liked about Turner on that one, though, is he fielded it and then took a few steps off the mound.
Oh, yeah, right. But you don't want to throw it flat-footed. So that's a 1-3. This is Smith. He's the third baseman, Jake Smith.
Oh, nice job by Bean Blossom.
That's it. Boy, I'll tell you. That's what I'm saying. I've been impressed with the overall play of the Metamora Redbirds high school baseball team this year.
Fundamentally
pretty solid. You're right. And like you mentioned early in the broadcast, that's why they've been in the majority of games. Mm-hmm. You know, there's going to be games where you don't get a lot of hits. There's going to be games where you don't score a lot of runs. But as long as you can keep the other team to a minimal number of runs, that helps you too. So we got a 2-3. This is the DH. He got hit by a pitch last time. Watch Jack. Jack's going to have to come up. Once again, he'll still throw him out by about 2 feet. Very good.
Nice job.
Jack's made every play there.
No hits.
So that's a 4-3.
No hits, no runs. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Still no score.
Bean Blossom, the man that was up the plate when the last out was made by basically the first and third attempt on the double steal, and they threw him out at the plate. You said it perfectly when you were talking about it. What they did, they took the second baseman and they put him in front of the bag, and when he saw that guy going right away, he just cut in front, and it shortens that 127-foot up throw. The distance from home to second and from first to third is 127 3/4 inches, 127 feet 3/4 inches, and he made the throw at about 17 feet or 20 feet.
But if you catch it flat-footed, he's going to probably beat the throw to the plate.
Yeah, he has momentum coming this way, and he made a good throw. The catcher's a nice-sized kid, made a good tag, and there's our. What do you call that? It's not a balloon.
No, it's
it's actually propelled by it's like a go-kart almost. It's got a big fan on the back of it.
I can't think of the name of it. The guy, he flies over just about every home football game.
Yeah. Well, it's nice he did that for the seniors tonight. Zach, speaking of the seniors, were there 11 seniors that were honored? We might just, we'll at some point we get a little time there. We'll go down those 11 names.
And we broadcast that, so that whole ceremony has been broadcast.
Okay, so we've been hit, and yep. Looks like we got some people going to the bullpen to get some work.
I think you got to make this guy throw strikes.
I agree. That was right at the top of the strike zone on the outside corner. But I thought that was a strike, though. I really did.
Yeah, it was.
It was not a. Boy, he was right on that one. Right on that one. Just took it straight on back. Last time we had a 3-1. So, yeah, it was a ground ball that was hit just to the right of the first baseman, and he got it over to the pitcher. All right. Zach went after that might have been a little outside.
And maybe a little high.
A little high. It was a kind of a roundhouse curve, and Zach tried to get a piece of it, but Zach Bean Blossom was down swinging. Jack Moore. Jack, like I said, definitely the hottest bat in our lineup over the past 6 games. I should have the stats on it, but I guarantee you he's averaged at least 2 hits a game for the last 4 or 5 games. I hope that gets fall. It's going to. Yep. First baseman made a good effort, but
right fielder came quite a ways.
Yeah,
too.
he came a long ways. But doesn't the field? It just. I don't know if I've ever seen the field look this green. And I know we had a lot of rain last week and that, but
everything's green.
It looks like we're going to maybe a change in pitcher. I think Turner Mann looks like he's walking with a trainer. Probably going to get a little ice and on that arm. And the nice thing about not pitching too long tonight too, if they do take him out, is he'll be eligible maybe during the end of the week to get a little. You're going to see he got that hit on the curveball, the fastball. They're going to feed him. He's going to see another curveball, I guarantee you. There's that curveball. Well, I tell you, I'm going to say that ball's going to drop in there too. Jeez. I knew it was over the shortstop's head. I think the center fielder thought the shortstop was going to get it because he didn't even break and boom. I'm saying that ball's not hit that hard to center for him to catch it. That's why I knew the center fielder was kind of holding his position.
Brings up Trace Melody.
But once again, Jack Moore's got 2 base hits.
Yeah.
And we're in the 4th inning. He could have a 3-hit night. Safe.
See, Trace gave him a chance to steal there.
Yep.
Took a strike.
Took it. I'm a big believer in that, especially this time of the year. You've had 60, 70 at-bats. You don't need 3 strikes to hit.
No.
Help the team out. Move them. Now move them 1 more base if you can. There's what gets you in trouble a little bit, though. Now the pitcher makes a pitch on the outside black, on the outside corner, up a little high again, and the pitcher gets the call. So now you're sitting 0-2. You got to really bear down. You got to grind it out. We've got that pop up again. Shortstop takes charge. Remember, the shortstop's got the priority in the infield. So now we're fly to 6. Come on, Ben. Ben's a senior. Played a lot of first base for this team over the last 2 years. He's been the starting first baseman for 2 years. And really a solid performer down at that first base bag. You know, there's kind of a stereotype. Well, anybody can play first base. Just catch it. No. The good ones will save you a lot of throwing errors.
Yep.
You know, and you got to know what you're doing down there. That a boy. That's over his head. That's over his head. That's what I said. That's what Ben can do right there. That's what he can do. Stay right at second. Looks like Connor Burnett's going to get a chance. Senior Connor Burnett will pinch hit here for Logan McClure.
Now batting for the Redbirds, number 21, Connor Burnett.
Okay, that's a double.
Kind of reminds me of, remember Pete Incaviglia?
Yeah. Oh, I sure do. Pete played at Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
When they first came in with that big Green Easton metal bat, and that thing was a weapon.
A pipe.
Yeah, and then he was big enough to swing it. Yeah, good eye. Get back. Yeah, boy. Wait, watch this now. Okay. I'll tell you. You know what Ben did there? He baited him. He wanted him to throw down right away, and then he would have went to third. When he didn't throw right away, then he can't. By that, I mean Ben was off the bag.
Oh, yeah.
25 feet.
He was halfway to third.
So if he'd have thrown the ball to second, Ben would have walked into third. Connor needs to get a fastball he can turn around on. Oh, good job, pitcher. I like breaking the ice there, though. Jack Moore got us going with a base hit, and then Ben Bachman drove him in. Ooh, bring it down a little bit. Sometimes you swing at that out of what I call self-defense.
Yeah.
That ball was riding high and inside, and he just took a whale on it. Keep that head in there.
It was nice, though, for Ben to pick us up. We had gotten a guy on second base with one out, and then we got an out.
Please. Well, I agree. You don't want to leave that guy on second base without getting – you're going to see that curveball again here. All right.
That'll do it for the Redbirds there in the fourth. 1 run on 2 hits.
2 hits. We had a double, RBI double by Ben Bachman, and a single to get to Jack Moore.
So 1 run on 2 hits, 1 man left.
No
we
errors.
go to the bottom of the top of the 5th. Redbirds lead 1-0. Joe Nayland in to pitch for the Redbirds.
Yeah, good. The coach is there's no question. We have a DH, Logan McClure, who's a senior. He let Connor Burnett hit for him the second time here. Another senior. We had a senior starting at pitch. Now we got another senior coming in. Joe, I like Joe's attempt. Joe was going to try to play both sports at ICC. He was, a very good basketball player on 2 pretty good basketball teams here at Metamora High School. Won a lot of games.
49 games.
In 2 years. That's averaging 24.
44 games. 44 games.
Right, 44 games. Even so, that's averaging 22 wins a year. And then that when he was 2 years ago, that team was, in the super sectional, 1 call or 2 away from going to state. And got a
heartbreaking call up in Northern Illinois.
Yeah, right. There was actually 2 calls, one early in the game too that was counted.
Actually, there was 3.
Yeah, there was a couple. But hey, I guess at some point you got to get over crying about spilled milk. But boy, that was tough. That was tough. There.
Leading off for Canton.
The Canton Little Giants will be Brody Scarcliffe. He's the right fielder. He's number 13. Yep. I got it right. Good. It's right at Jack. Atta boy, Jack.
1 pitch, 1 out.
That's the way to challenge.
I just kind of died. It looked like it was going to be right at Jack, and he had a.
Yeah, he had. In
Down
fact,
by his ankles.
it worried me a little bit that I think he thought it was at his knees, and by the time he caught it at his ankles. Right.
Yeah.
That's a ball that can short hop you and maybe take a bad bounce and end up in the outfield. But this is Jackson Gray. This is our pitcher. Credit him. He's doing a good job. He's only given up 1 run in 4 innings and about 4 hits. I think we got 1 there, 2 there, 3, 4, 5 hits. He's given up 5 hits and 1 run. And I think their coach would take that at this point in the game if he knew that was going to come about. You know, Joe looks very, Eric Stone was a pitcher himself, a pretty good high school pitcher. All of the pitchers, Colton Kaler, right on down the line, they Turner Mann, and they all seem to have such pretty good mechanics to me that they've got everything going towards home. And
he'll walk.
Yep.
That's
Jackson. We might get some wheels for him. We might get some wheels here. That was a walk to the pitcher. They can use a courtesy runner if they want. He's probably a pretty good runner.
Metamora's going to make a pitching change. Like they're bringing in Colton Kaler. So Joe probably got 2 batters, and Colton's probably going to get a couple of batters.
Wait a minute now. Who you got? We get that's a lefty.
No. That's is that Caden? Caden Stone?
No, I think it's Seth Bedwell.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, because it's too tall for.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to think of before there. Yeah, the junior.
He's going to try and get all the seniors in to pitch.
Well, he's going to try to. He's got to. So that's we got 1 out. We got a man on first. Did we get some wheels for Jackson Gray or not? It looks like him down there myself. About his build. And looks like somebody's number 9's coming out right now. Number 9. I think we're going to get a pinch. Just the way that Jackson's down at first looking towards the bench. One thing about Seth is Seth should come in and throw strikes too. Seth is I call him a finesse pitcher. He just got pretty good movement on his ball. He doesn't overpower people, but he makes people put it in play. Did we get any wheels or not? I don't know.
I couldn't tell. It brings up.
Yeah, we did. That's a pinch runner.
Brings up number 1. Is that Dorothy?
That's Dorothy, right? Colton Dorothy. Struck out last time.
1 down here in this 5th inning.
What I think I said that was number 9. Owen Watson is now running for the pitcher. Out in front of it, I think.
He fouled it off, but it landed behind the umpire, and then scooted back to the backstop.
So it actually lifted a little bit off the bat. Oh, that's a curveball. Oh, I think that's pretty good. It was high halfway there, but by the time it ended, it was pretty low. So
it had to have crossed the plate.
It crossed the plate somewhere, but it was a lot of break. All right.
2-1 the count.
This is number 1, Colton Dorothy. He's a junior second baseman. Done a pretty good job. Nice job. We got to be moving there. Back it up at third. Okay.
2-1. Oh, nice pitch.
See what I mean? How that ball from the left-hander, it just sinks to they call an arm side sink.
Yeah.
For the left-handed batter, it actually sinks to the left, away from the right-handed batter, which makes it effective. Oh, don't hit him, please.
Did I go behind him?
That ball broke so much. I don't know if I've ever seen that. Yeah, it did.
Full count.
Because it wasn't like it went by him, and then I think the ball broke so much Come on, got to make it happen here, Seth. Make it happen for us. It might have been a little. You know, it was a pitcher's pitch. It was right up at the letters.
Yeah.
And,
he didn't argue. He was making his way back to the dugout. 2 down here in the inning.
Goforth, Lucas. He's the left fielder, left-handed batter. We got 2 outs, man on first. I think they have a little respect for. You know what though? With 2 outs, I got to be a little. I think then you got to get a run to get back in this game. I think I'd look for him to run here. Left-hander kind of blocks the. You know, with the left-handed batter, the catcher doesn't see that runner take off quite as quick. But
well, if they're going to run, won't they run here on this pitch?
Oh, I would, because like I said, it just. You know, one thing too, Seth isn't a hard thrower. You got a pinch runner in there. See, there we go. Look at that. It'd been a hard ball there. That'd been a tough ball to throw somebody out on with the ball.
I don't think they're going to run.
No.
2-1 the count. I think ball's wide at first.
2-2.
2-2.
I like to go 2-2-2. We got two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Here in the 5th.
In the 5th. You know, these are the business innings now, 5, 6, and 7. In the big leagues, in the college, it's 7, 8, 9. But in high school, you got to start cranking it up in 5, 6, 7. Oh yes.
Oh, nice job. Oh, nice job.
He was getting it out of his glove. That's it. That's good job. Good job.
No hits, no runs. 1 man left. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Redbirds up 1-0.
Yeah.
That was a nice job by both Seth and Ben Bachman.
Yeah. Now, so we got, that was a 1-3. Just so you know, they'll be leading off at the top of the order in the 6th inning, next inning. I say the Canton Little Giants. It's 1-0. Metamora. Give the credit to sophomore pitcher Jackson Gray. He's basically kind of held the bats in at bay here for. You know, we've had some games where we've hit very, very well. We've had some games where obviously we didn't hit enough, but
the crafty guys are always tough in high school.
Oh yeah, yeah. You get a lot of fly balls. You get out on that front foot, and you know that once again when the ball isn't thrown very hard, you got to supply all the power. And,
yep.
But I'd like to see Vogie get it. You know, just what Vogie's got to try to do here with his quick bat. He's got to try to just take that ball. Basically between the pitcher and the second baseman. Just, you know, take it up the middle, maybe even a little to the non-pull side, and just, you know, barrel it up. Get good contact on the bat.
This is Ryan Vogel's third time at bat. I like the idea of him looking for a bunt, because if he can get it past the pitcher on the right side, it's a base hit.
I'll tell you, if he can get it anywhere away from the pitcher, I'll tell you, it's a tough play. It's a good cut. He's just got to barrel it up, and we had the man on in the second inning, but that's the only inning we've had a guy on base leading off an inning.
1-1 the count to Ryan.
Jack Moore, remember? Jack Moore led off the second with a base hit. Other than that, we have not had a leadoff man get on the base.
Ooh, man, that's outside.
Ooh, that's hard to take. Yep.
1-2, so now he's going to have to battle.
Now he's got to battle, and you know, just slow the bat down, let it come to you. That's a boy. Get down, get down. That's it. Down. Good. We got it down that time for him. So that's a hit to 8. Get him on base. Come on, Jimmy, stay hot.
Does he bunt him over? I think he has to give him a chance to steal first and then bunt him to third.
We're gonna steal. We're gonna steal. In fact, I'll be real honest. I'd steal both bases. You got a junior catcher. You had a man that caught for 3 years prior to him. I'd steal right away. I wouldn't even hesitate. And he's got to anticipate that too, because I mean that bench isn't over. They've been around this league for centuries too, or years, so they know he's a runner, and you can just tell the way he's standing there, he's running. Oh. I have a hard time with that being called out when you get tagged on the back. What do you think?
Boy, oh boy.
I mean it wasn't a, but I mean, you know what I'm saying is when did you think he was tagged on the back, or did you think
it was closer than I thought it was going to be?
Oh no, it was close, but you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like he slid into the. What? Hey. Now the only other thing too you wonder a little about sometimes too, I used to use, and I think people have gotten away from it, is rather than just taking, swing late and miss, and that holds that catcher back another tenth
screws
of
up his
eye level, and
yeah.
a lot of times I've seen him. Look at this, darn it! Look at that, good play, boy! I tell you. 6-3. That was Jimmy Driscoll went out. We got 2-4 on that one. So this is Bryce Bishop. Hey, let's get her going with 2. Been a lot of big innings scored with 2 outs.
We scored last inning with 2 outs.
Yeah, there's been a lot of good innings scored with 2 outs. And like I said, we're 1 out away from being into the 6th.
Been a fast game.
How about 1 hour?
Yeah.
1 hour. And that's provided we started right at 7. Do you think we started at 7?
It was pretty close.
Pretty close. I mean, the honoring the senior, that was done early, so it didn't interfere with the actual start time. But like I said, within 1 out of playing 5 innings in an hour, that's pretty quick. But it is a 1-0 game too, so. And
pretty good swing there.
Both pitchers are actually working pretty fast.
Real nice swing by Bishop on that one.
Bishop's got a good left-handed swing. He really does. That's trouble. That's trouble. That's trouble. Oh boy, he caught it. Show the umpire. Show the umpire. He caught it though. Fly out to.
No runs. 1 hit.
7.
No one left. We go to the top of the 6th.
With the top of the order.
Redbirds up 1-0.
Yeah, see, Turner's got ice on his arm already. Good. After he pitched 4 innings, right? Pitched 4 innings, and then credit
Joe Nealon.
Joe Nealon had a third of an inning. He had a third of an inning, and then. Seth Bedwell had 2/3 of an innings.
And he's out here for the 6th.
He's out here for the 6th, yeah. But, like, for example, here's what I was talking about earlier. Seth Bedwell played with Zach Beanblossom from 9 years old all the way up to 14U. Every year, Zach was one of his catchers. Now, he might not have caught every game that he pitched, but he caught many.
Good chunk of them.
Good chunk of them. He was one of the. Logan McClure caught some as a 14-year-old, and there was a young man by the name of when they were 9. In fact, his father unfortunately just passed away. Bresco was a Carl Bresco son was. Lived in this area when he was 9 or 10, and it was a good catcher too at that age. At top of the order. Let's go to work here. Aiden Emery, Trey Passmore, and Will Randall, 3 juniors. If you come to got to get it. That's it. Good job.
Nice job. It's a real nice play by Trace Melody.
Trace. It's been documented. Most errors in high school are made at third base. And I think Trace Melody from day one has done a very, very good job at third base for this team. Very good. And he's
only a sophomore.
Sophomore too, yeah. Yep. Him and Bishop are sophomores. So you're set there. You got Jimmy Driscoll at short, and this is where you start thinking a little bit. I'm not trying to, but you do as a coach. You're always looking down the road a little bit. There's Seth. He'll make this play. No,
Safe.
Yeah, he did.
I wonder if you should have maybe let Beanie.
Well,
you know,
see, that's where the left-hander has to make a 180-degree turn.
There was the difference. Where Seth was circled around, and he'd have had his momentum going
that
towards
way,
first.
right? So he gets a hit on the play. He gets a hit.
One out, one on.
Emery went out 5-3, and now we get a hit. And now Randall, he went back to the pitcher last time. This kid can run a little bit, and he's out. Nice throw, Beanie. Nice throw. That's
Beanie with just a BB down there.
Down there, great throw by Zach Beanblossom. That's what you need to do right there.
So now there's 2 outs.
Boy, that just. I know they need to try to get a run, but boy, when you're down to 3 or 4 outs, boy, you got to be careful. Can Bish can he see it? Can he see it? Yeah, he's got it. So that was a fly to 9.
That was a quick 1, 2, 3 inning.
Right. Well, in the whole key, they ran into an out.
Yep.
When you run into that out, that ends the inning pretty quick.
No hits, no runs, nobody left.
One hit again.
Oh, one
little number, swinging bunt.
One hit.
He goes out.
No one left.
Yep.
We go to the bottom of the 6th. Redbirds 1, Canton 0. We need an insurance run.
Oh, I think the biggest thing I always preached from the day I started coaching, I don't care if it's 9U, I don't care if it's 14U, freshman, sophomore, college, you want to add on. You want to add on. Even if it's just one, that changes the whole approach of the team that's trying to tie you in the 7th inning. But so we are now officially have played 5 innings in an hour and 5 minutes. So basically, I'd like to see us put a little distance here with a nice inning, and we got 4, 5, and 6. Junior Landon Ivins, the left fielder, Zach Beanblossom, the catcher, and Jack Moore, the second baseman. Jack has 2 of the, 6 hits I think we have now because Vogel got a hit. So we have 6 hits.
Remember back in the early 90s when Canton had the Raiders and Raider and Bishop.
I sure do, yeah.
And boy, they had some players, didn't they?
They had some players. They sure did. I had Raider, Matt, his name was Matt Raider. He ended up playing at Bradley. I coached a summer college team down in Bloomington called the Twin City Stars, and he played left field for me. In fact, he got a little bit of an arm injury that hurt him, I think, his junior or senior year. That, one thing, if you're looking to move on in this game, you got to stay healthy.
Yeah. Didn't they have a player named Roth also?
Roth? I don't remember that name.
I think Matt Roth, he was just a hitter.
Matt Roth has a pretty good basketball player at Washington.
They had, I think it was Roth. That was his name.
Okay. But I'll tell you one thing. This kid, it's still the same pitcher.
3-1 the count on this.
He's on good. There's a walk. He scores 90% of the time. Let's see what happens. I wouldn't be overly aggressive with him right now. You don't have to manufacture a run right now.
Would you bunt him over?
Oh,
I think you do.
Yeah, I mean,
stay
out of the double play. I'm a big move them over guy, so yeah, I have no problem with it. And I'll tell you the other thing, it makes the other team handle the ball too.
Yeah.
Sometime when they handle the ball. So that's a walk for Landon Ivins. Beanblossom, he's grounded out to first.
Oh, no.
No. Oh, that's a base hit. Oh, he couldn't do much about it, darn it. As soon as he saw the ball in the air, he couldn't do much about it. But he still could have got a little bit farther. You know what he did when he saw the ball in the air? And I say I should get Landon Ivins. He went back to the bag.
Yeah, which is what he had to do.
What he had to do, but I still, the bottom line, he had to go back to the bag. That's what he had to do. It ended up falling in, and hey, we still got a man on first. And
one down.
And that's a hit.
Well, it's a fielder's choice.
Yeah, you're right. That's a fielder's choice because they got the man at second. Yes, it is.
Ball inside.
It's a fielder's choice. If he'd have got the second, it would have been a hit.
Yeah.
But no, you're right. Get it out. It's only a fielder's choice.
Fouled straight back.
Jack Moore. Can Jack finish the night maybe 3 for 3? I shouldn't say finish the night. Extend his 2 for 2 to 3 for 3. Like I said, I don't keep the stats on the team, but I tell you, he's had at least 2 hits a game for the past 4 or 5, 6 games. That's pretty close. He called him out. That was a pinch runner too, wasn't it? Yeah, that was a pinch runner. That was Riley Dodell was a courtesy runner for the catcher. So now, once again, you're going to see this inning probably end pretty early too.
Yep.
When you lose that runner on the bases. Yep. So we had a fielder's choice. Then we get a 1 to 3 there, and here we had like a geez, what did we get? Oh, nice hit. Jack Moore, 3 for 3.
Wow.
That is a super night. It's a senior night, and like you said, he's probably hitting about 350 going into the night. Now he's hitting about 365.
Yeah.
And once again, those are just guesses. I'm not, but he's come on, Trace. Trace has got to level it off here. He's got to fly to 6. He's got to fly to 7. Just relax and let the ball travel and see what happens. Nope.
And he pops out to the first baseman. 1 hit, no runs, 1 man left. We go to the top of the 7th. Redbirds up 1 to 0.
Kind of the heart of their order, though. 4, 5, and 6. 4, 5, and 6 coming. I'm going to total the hits for the Metamora boys. Metamora, Canton. Metamora's got 1 run. They've got no runs. Hits. Runs, hits. I would say Metamora's got 7 hits. 1, 2,
Colton Kaler in run for the Redbirds.
4, 5, 6, 7. 7 hits for Metamora at this point. And I don't think we've had an error, have we? I don't think we've had an error. I don't have any listed for us. So errors. So the line score going into the 7th for Metamora is 1 run on 7 hits and no errors, and Canton has no runs, and they've had about 4 hits. I might be generous with that. Wow, I didn't realize that.
What?
I'm looking at Canton's hits. No hits there, no hits there, no hits there.
They got 1 hit in there somewhere.
I know, that's what I'm getting at.
Just 1?
1 hit is what I show. Trey Passmore, and then that's the guy we threw out at second, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've only got 1 hit. And they basically haven't made an error either, hardly to speak of, I don't think. Well, this was their cleanup hitter, Will Randall. He's a junior. He's gotten hit by pitch. No, I'm sorry. We're up to Smith. 4.
Oh.
Could we get that one there? Looks like Trace Melody's got her under control, and he catches it. That's a nice start. I'll tell you, we got to give number 7, Colton Kaler, to number 4. He's been a pretty effective pitcher all year, I guarantee you.
Yep.
He throws strikes, he misses bats, and he gets outs. That's all pretty good stuff.
And he did a nice job broadcasting basketball games.
I bet he did. He probably had a lot of fun doing it too. Fly to 5. This is the DH. He's been hit by pitch, and he grounded out to short. You know, Jack's not only had a 3 for 3 night at the plate, he's handled about 3 or 4 balls at second flawlessly too. So
Hey, he's had a nice night.
He's had a good night. He sure has. This is Bugas.
Oh, nice job.
Nice job. See, just the fact that Zach didn't let that ball get by him.
Right.
Because if it gets by him, the guy's going to get on, just like a base hit. So.
But did you notice they just kept working further outside and further outside?
Yeah, they did. Colton's a very cerebral pitcher. Reminds me of Greg Maddux a little bit. Give him a K on that. Ooh, boy, I'm glad that was foul, because that's probably 2 bases. That's probably take away the double here. Number 13, this is Brody Scarcliffe. He's the right fielder. He's 4-3 in line to 4. We got, I know, at least 4 4-3s. That means a ground ball to second. Nice job. I'll tell you what, you don't see many balls get by Zach Beanballs.
No.
There hasn't been any this game, I can tell you that. Now, part of that's the pitchers do a good job. Look at that. He's just... Boy, I tell you, I'd like to get this out right here, boy. You know, it's... Come on, Jack. Finish off your night. Finish off your night. No, he's going to get on. He's going to get on. Yeah. I jinxed him.
Yeah.
I jinxed him. E4.
The exit velocity has not been real high tonight for really either team.
Either team, right. We've had a lot of fly balls. You know, there's only been probably 2 or 3 balls that have really been squared up all night by both teams combined. This is Gray, the pitcher.
Colton just comes in, pump strikes.
Oh, he's a strike thrower. Strike thrower, misses bats. Good pitch. You know what he tried there? He tried that curveball on the outside corner. Started right on the outside third. Let it break about 6 to 8 inches outside. Give Gray credit. He didn't bite. Oh, I like that one.
That's nice.
That's what Greg Maddux did, though. See?
Yeah.
He just keeps nibbling on that corner. Now, at 1 and 2, I'd go out a little bit more.
Yeah.
Go out to 3 inches. Look at, he went out 4 inches. Oh, wait a minute, boys. Wait a minute here. Get the ball back in.
Just get it in. Just get it in.
Yep. Yeah. One thing about it, you said it. They're scrapping. The little Giants aren't going to go easy here, and they're in the ball game. In fact, they got the go-ahead run at the plate. You know, they got the tying man 90 feet away. It's 2-2.
Were you a little surprised they tried to steal second? Down 1 run?
Yeah, I was, but you know, when it works, it's a big thing. You see what happens now. That a boy. Good job.
That's it. That'll do it.
That's our third baseman, Trace Melody.
So Colton Kaler will get the save.
Yep.
Seth Bedwell gets the win.
Gets the dub. And that's
That's a nice win on senior night. The Redbirds go
take advantage of it. And,
15 and 12 or 15 and 13.
15 and 13.
They're 5 and 8 in the Middle Illini.
That's right.
Well, Coach, once again, thanks so much this year.
Hey, I'd like to thank MTCO for providing the time and the equipment and your expertise too. You got to set it up. All I do is try to get here a half hour before and then talk, and you get me up here before we start. No, I've enjoyed it, and let's have a good summer. But you know what? I'm excited for this team. We have a regional that we can win. Mm-hmm. And I'm not just talking about that. We have a regional that we're over at.
We're at Bloomington.
Bloomington, and you know, Metamora, Bloomington.
We're at Bloomington, and we play Bloomington. You're right.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, that's. You know, in fact, we owe them one. You know, they got us last year.
We'll be back in just a few minutes with a chat with head coach Eric Stone. Welcome back to Al Mulberry Field. We're here with Metamora head coach Eric Stone. Coach, boy, it's nice to get a win on senior night, isn't it?
It is. It's difficult to do that sometimes. It's a little bit different in terms of preparation and the timing, and things are just a little bit off, and that poses a challenge. You get into a routine, especially in baseball with as many games as you play, and when you're out of that routine a little bit, it can be difficult.
Yeah, I thought tonight Turner Man came out, threw some strikes, got you 4 innings.
Yeah.
Brought in Joe Nealon. He got an out for you. And then I thought Seth Bedwell came in and did a real nice job. And then, of course, Colin Kaler came in and throw strikes.
Yeah, we've been really pleased with our pitching staff all year. We think that they're really giving us a chance day in and day out to compete and win games. And Turner really had a nice start and got us off to what we needed, which was a lot of zeros on the board. And Seth came in and with the runner on and one out, and was able to quiet that before they got a rally. When you have one run, you don't have any margin for error, and you don't have the luxury to be patient and wait around, and you got to make decisions and make changes. And we just offensively have been kind of in struggle city for a while now, and it showed up again tonight. Credit to Canton and the Gray kid, kept us off balance and battled and held us down to one run. But our pitching staff, back to them, they did what they needed to do, and Colton closing it out showed some guts out there for sure.
I thought, what was it, the fifth inning when you got two outs? It looked like a promising inning, and then you got two outs, and I believe it was Jack Moore got a hit. I believe it was.
Yeah.
And then Ben Bachman came up with a big hit, a double, to score the only run of the game.
Right. Ben back to where he was at the beginning of the year with the big 2-out hits. That was a huge 2-out hit for him and our only RBI. And, it's a senior that's a gutty kid, a hard worker, hard-nosed kid. And that's the kind of guy that you want in that situation. Offensively, our execution again tonight was woeful, to be honest. It was bad, and it has been for a while. Our performance with runners in scoring position offensively has been dreadful, to be honest, and that's probably being kind for the last month. And we're frustrated. We're working our tails off. We're addressing it in practice. In fact, Saturday we actually addressed those things directly: bunting, execution, and hitting with runners in scoring position, and had our guys throwing live. And we're kind of running out of ideas at this point. And it's just a matter of guys being able to relax a little bit and sit back and not jump out, on their front foot. And that's kind of where I think guys are just pressing and trying to do a little bit too much right now. And baseball is a tough game for sure.
It is. It's an odd game. You talk about not executing when you needed to, but you still got the win. And that kind of makes things a little bit better, but it's still frustrating at times.
Sure, absolutely. I mean, at the end of the day, the seniors get to put a win in the win column on senior night, and it's a conference game that you win, and all of those, just like any other day, are important. But the conference ones, they get a light shined on them a little bit differently, and to be able to find a way with pitching and defense, to get a win is important, and we're hoping that, as we move in to Wednesday at Canton, that offensively we can do some more things to give ourselves a little bit of breathing room, and maybe win by a couple runs instead of the 1-0. Winning 1-0, 2-1, that's a tough life to live.
Wait, was this game like an hour and 15 minutes?
Yeah, it was pretty quick. Not much offense happening, that's for sure.
You were able to. The nice thing is you were able to get, I think, all your seniors into the game tonight.
Yeah, we did, and that was important to us going in. They're a real nice group of kids. We really enjoyed, being around them and watching them compete and working with them. And we kind of scripted out the pitching thing tonight, and it was kind of dicey there, with the lack of run production. But that worked out, and we made sure that everybody got an opportunity to contribute, and we felt good that we were able to do that.
Well, Coach, congratulations.
Thank you.
You go to 15-13. You're 5-8 in the Mid-Illini Conference. Your best baseball could be ahead of you, though, when you get to the postseason.
It's a different season when the postseason starts, so it doesn't make any difference what you did up until that point, because it doesn't carry over, and you just got to kind of put all those things together at the right time in the postseason. And these guys are capable in terms of what they've shown at different times, and it's just a matter of doing it all at the right time.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
And good luck Wednesday.
Thank you.
That'll do it from Al Mulberry Field. Redbirds win 1-0.